Okay. That explains a lot why I've been hearing some interference, because apparently my mics are not adjusted. Good evening. I'm uh I'm John Moody of Moody Mystery. I'm a bit of a pop-up stream. I've been busy getting ready for my teaching my classes and whatnot. So what I decided to do is I've also been under the weather a little bit, and I want to get back into the streaming, so I just decided let's do a quick pop-up stream. I've been watching a lot of pinball. Um, of I am a pinball player, and I've noticed that there's a lot of state championships today. And if you went to any pinball streamer, if you went to a pinball stream, there was a good chance that it was like some pub streaming some type of state championship. That's impressive. Last follower was Peru591. Thank you very much for the follow. Sorry I'm a little bit bundled up, but I'll just let you all a secret. Gas heat is expensive. I mean, any heat's expensive. So I'm just trying to keep things a little bit cool. Just like cooler so I can at least, save some money. Because I'll be honest with you, even if the interior of the house is like 60 degrees, you can still like wear like sweatshirts or a hoodie. But if it's like super hot out, there's only so many clothes you can remove. I didn't say that, did I? Okay. So, I recently, about probably a month or two ago, streamed Zork 1. And when Zork 1 ended, you were walking inside the barrow. And so this is where Zork 1 picks up from. Now, that being said, if you're someone that didn't like, one thing about Zork is you actually don't have to start at the beginning. You can just like say, I've never played Zork 1, but my friend got me Zork 2, so I can jump into it. You can. Okay, so strangely familiar brass lantern, sort of elvish workmanship. We're gonna get everything. Okay. So it looks like we need to go south. Now, you can type in go south, or you can just type in S. Okay. So we're at the southern end of a narrow tunnel where it opens into a wide cavern. Ooh, we've got phosphorescent mosses! Woohoo! Clinging to its high ceiling. We've got a deep ravine. We've got a footbridge to the south. Now, I always like to save it, because one thing I like to do is I've played through this, so I'm familiar with it. But I always like to do fun things. I always like to okay, so you're on a bridge, let's jump, see what happens. So we said, oh, let's go into the ravine. You start down, you slip on the crumbling rocks and pull back. Now we're averting a fatal fall. Ha 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 ha! You like that. I was the one at Zork 1. I was like, oh, well, you're in the gas room. Let's light a match, see what happens. Okay, footbridge. Notice that my lamp turn is, so I'm going to examine the lamp. It's turned off. As long as we have the phosphorescent mosses, we can keep our lamp turned off. Okay, so path runs north and south. So let's go south. Center of a great cavern, carve out of limestone, stalactites and stalagmites of many sizes are everywhere. Oh, we got our good old phosphorescent moth. Weird shadows me all over the round. Narrow path winds southwest, now leads northeast. Now, you may be thinking, well, wait a minute. I went south. Why isn't back north? It could be that, hey, there's maybe like twists and turns. So we're gonna go southwest. Shallow ford. Your southern edge of a great cavern to the south across a shallow ford. Ooh, dark tunnel. It looks like it was enlarged and smooth. North, narrow path, winds among the stalagmites. Now, if I remember correctly, the stalagmites come up from the floor, and the stalactites come from the ceiling, if I remember. I remember because there's the letter C in stalactites. Someone in the chat, if I'm wrong, correct me. Now, it says a dark tunnel, so I probably should light my lamp. Okay. Okay, so we've got a dark tunnel. Okay, so we've got a corridor with southwest, narrower one leading southeast. Ooh, which way should we go? Let's go southwest. Southwest is a wide corridor. Okay, path near stream. Ooh. Southern edge of a deep ravine and heads northeast. The tunnel heads southwest, narrowing to a rather tight crawl. A faint whirring sound can be heard in that direction. On the east is a ruined archway choked with vegetation. Can we just not take any of them? Can we just go northeast and just go the heck home? Well, I don't know. I'm not a fan of the whirring sound. So we're going to go east. Ooh, a formal garden. Ooh. Middle part of a formal garden. Hedges hide the cavern wall and dim illuminations comes from the mosses far above. This path of small crushed white stones. It winds among the bushes and flower beds from south to north. To the north, a small structure can be seen. To the south are peculiarly shaped bushes. There's a small gap in hedges to the west. Well, that's where we came from, so we're not going to go back to the west. A unicorn is peacefully cropping grass at the north end of the garden. There's something hanging around its neck. Your sword is glowing with a faint blue glow. Ooh. What that means is there's possible enemy coming up. Now, I don't know if a unicorn is, I would necessarily say, an enemy, but the fact that there's a unicorn to the north and that there's a structure to the north, you know what, I think we should go north. North end of the garden. This is the north end of a formal garden. Hedges hide the cavern walls, and if you don't look up, the illusion is of a cloudy day outside. The light comes from a large growth of glow. Sheesh. Apparently this cavern, this game so far has been pretty much all about glowing mosses. A break in the hedges almost overgrown to the north. Carefully manicured path leads south. In the center is a rose bed with small open structure painted white. It appears to be a gazebo. Ooh. There's a beautiful unicorn cropping grass. Apparently we got too close to the unicorn because the unicorn says, no, no, no. Well, let's enter the gazebo. This is a gazebo in the middle of a formal garden. It's cool and restful here. A tea table adorns the center of the gazebo. Sitting on the table is a. Okay. Yeah, so I walk into some random gazebo and I'm like, oh yeah. So I'm going to see a matchbook, a teapot. A teapot makes sense because it's tea. Matchbook, maybe. Placemat, yeah. Newspaper. And a letter opener. Now, I'm just going to say, maybe back in the 70s and 80s, newspapers were important, but today they're not really. It's like everyone gets their news online. Or maybe through TikTok. I don't know. I'm just going to take everything. I'm not sure what use it's going to have. Now, what you can do is if you want to know what you have, you can do inventory. Tell you, we've got a lot of stuff. Okay. So we're going to exit the gazebo. Okay, we better do verbose because one thing I always like to do is maximum verbosity. I don't like to be like, you know. Okay, so let's go south. Okay, let's go south. Let's go south and examine the bushes. Topiary. Now, the definition of a topiary is when you usually have bushes that have been carved into like unique animal shapes. Southern end of a formal garden. Hedges hide the cavern walls and yeah. They have not been recently clipped, but you can discern figures in the shapes of the bushes. There's a dragon, a unicorn, a great serpent, a huge misshapen dog, and several human figures. On the west side of the garden, the path leads through a rose arbor into a tunnel. Okay. Let's examine the bushes. Examine topiary. Examine hedges. I'm getting hedges. Hedges are shaped like various animals, dogs, serpents, dragons, and the like, and they are vaguely troubling to look at. Well, let's go west. Ooh. You are in a large circular room whose high ceiling is lost in gloom. 8 identical passages leave the room. A loud whirring sound comes from all around, and you feel sort of disoriented in here. Okay. Carousel room. So there's something's probably spinning. It's probably where the whirring's coming from. Some type of spinning. I do want to drop the sword because I think the sword does have a lot of weight. I'm going to also drop the matchbook. See, matchbook is needed if we need to light something on fire. Newspaper. Oh boy. Okay. so we're going to drop the opener, newspaper, matte, matchbook. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, crap. So we dropped some things. A strange little man in a long cloak appears suddenly in the room. He is wearing a high-pointed hat embroidered with astrological signs. He has a long, stringy, and unkempt beard. He mutters something, muffled by his beard, and disappears as suddenly as he came. Ah, this is probably the Wizard of Frobos. I'm going to save it because what if he casts some type of spell on me? Now, how do I know if he casts a spell? I'm going to do diagnose. Well, I'm in perfect health. So I'm hoping he didn't. So we've got a china teapot and we've got a lamp. Okay. Let's look again. Okay, so we've got 8 identical passages, so it pretty much doesn't matter which direction we go, and we're just going to pick a direction. Let's go south. Let's go east. You're not sure which direction is which. The room is very disorienting. Oh, cool. We're back in the topiary again. So we at least know that if we go west, that'll put us back in the carousel room. So yeah, we'll go back west. And we're back in this darn stinking room again. Sorry, I'm not saying the room's stinking, but I'm having fun with it. Let's go north. So last time we went east, we got put back in the topiary. We went north. Guess what? We're back in the topiary. Yay! So in other words, apparently we get put in a random direction. So let's try west. Okay. Oh, we're in the cool room. Okay, we're in the cool room. Twisty path from the southeast splits here with a wide northerly stone bridge and a narrow westerly tunnel. It is from the latter that the mist and chill seem to originate. Well, let's go west. Ooh, this is a large hall of ancient lava since worn by the movement of a glacier. A large passage to the east and an upward lava tube is at the top of a jumble of fallen. Oh, a mass of ice fills the western half of the room. Well, you know what I'd like to do? Let's go back and let's Stonebridge. It's in the middle of a ruined but still impressive stone bridge spanning a deep chasm. Water flows far beneath. A paved path leads north in a large open space. Okay. So let's go north. The room is a large cavern full of broken stone. Walls are scorched, deep scratches. A sooty dry smell is very strong here. A paved path winds from large patches to the west through the room and across the huge stone bridge to the south. To the east, a small crack is visible. A dark and smoky tunnel leads north. A huge red dragon is lying here, blocking the entrance to a tunnel leading north. Smoke curls from his nostrils and out beneath his teeth. Roar! I'm a red dragon. Roar! The dragon hisses at you and blocks your way. Really, dragon? Is that how it's going to be? Well, okay. Fortunately, the dragon did not decide to pursue me. Okay. So we're going to go south. So a twisty path from the southeast. So we're going to go back southeast. And yay, we're back in the carousel room again. Yippee-ki-yay. Apparently a lot of things go through the carousel room. Let's try east again. Riddle room. This is a room which is bare on all sides. There is an exit down in the northwest corner of the room. To the east is a great closed door made of stone. Above the stone, the following words are written. No man shall pass this door without solving this riddle. What is tall as a house, round as a cup, and all the king's horses can't draw it up? Okay. By the way, this is actually was also featured in Ultima 5. And it was actually the demon at Stonehenge. And by the way, the answer, so I'm going to say, well, there's a deafening clap of thunder, and the stone door quietly swings open to reveal a passageway beyond. Now, you've noticed that I've actually picked up my first 5 points. Now, a lot of text adventures, how they work is you often get points for treasures. There are some that also give you points for doing accomplishments. You know, for example, I know Zork 1 gave you like 25 points if you like, I'm trying to remember if it was recognized, like if let's say you imposed upon the thief. Okay, you can't go that way. Darn, I should have gone you. A strange little man in a long cloak appears suddenly in the room. He is wearing a high-pointed hat embroidered, blah blah blah. Wizard draws a wand and waves it in your direction. It begins to glow with a faint blue glow. The wizard, in a deep, resonant voice, speaks the word "Fumble." Cackles gleefully. Oops! You dropped the china teapot. Okay, now. So we are now if we diagnose, it's going to say we are in perfect health. But right now we have what we call butterfingers. Now, so some of you have played Zork 2 before. This is how you get around it. Okay? You turn off the lamp. You want to save it. It's now pitch black. Okay, so look at my moves. Now, you may say, well, it's pitch black. As long as you don't move anywhere, you can stay in pitch blackness. Now, every time I press Z, time passes. Notice that my moves increase by 3. So 56, 59, 62, 65, 68, 71. Okay, now a lot of times, usually it's about 30 moves for let's hope that we are no longer fumbly. Get teapot. Okay, we're good. Okay, so we have a pearl necklace. We're not going to get it right away because one thing about the wizard can cast some spells, and I don't want him to cast a spell where it's like, where we're screwed. Okay, circular room. There is a damp circular room whose walls are made of brick and mortar. The roof of the room is not visible, but there appears to be some etchings on the wall. There's a passageway to the west. Now, if you remember, the answer to the question was well. So could this be some type of well? So let's examine the etchings. That may be something. Now, that being said, the problem is if let's say this were a well, one thing that a well needs is water, and we don't have any water. So we're going to go back the other way. We're going to go back. We're back in the carousel room. So what we need some water. We need to get some type of water. Path near stream. Well, I was hoping that we could fill it from the stream, but apparently not. Now we kind of know what the whirring's about, so we're just going to go back to it, because that's apparently our carousel room. So this may be kind of our home base type area. Cobwebby corridor. Some are broken. The trend of the twist is northeast to southwest. On the north side of one twist high up is a narrow crack. There is a coil of black braided string here. Guarded room. The room is cobwebby and musty, but tracks in the dust show there has been visitors recently. At the south end of the room is a stained and battered, but very strong-looking door. To the north, a corridor exists. Embedded in the door is a nasty-looking lizard head with sharp teeth and beady eyes. The eyes move to watch your approach. So let's try to open the door. The lizard comes to life and snaps at you as you reach for the handle. Let's examine the lizard. So apparently, now we're back in the carousel room. So we're going to drop the string. And what I'm doing is, see, this room is apparently has a lot of branches going off of it. This is a good room to put our stuff. Okay. So now what we're starting to do, we're starting to get repetitive here. We're kind of going back and forth to the same places. What we need water. Ooh, let's see. Here's an arched hall of fine marble. The hall stops abruptly at the north end of across the stream where the marble is cracked and broken. Perhaps a flood or collapse of the cave was responsible. To the south, the hall opens into a large room. There is an annoying whirring sound coming from that room. Oh yeah, it's the darn carousel room. There is a square brick here which feels like clay. So let's get the brick. Okay, so there's a ford across a stream. So you know what I think? Ooh, deep ford. You are fording the stream at a deep but not possible spot. The water is very cold. The walls of the ravine rise to the east and west. Small ledge along the north of the ravine. Okay. So let's see if we can fill the teapot. Yeah, baby, we got our teapot full of water. Now, why is this hall ruined? And the one thing you have to look at is, well, we found a square brick here. So, is there some connection between having a square brick and having a ruined hall? Something to think about. We're going to drop the brick here. Okay, so now we have our teapot, which does have some water in it. So now if we're able to get back to that well area, we may be able to, put the, so let's do that. So let's go south. Okay, so we're back at the Marble Hall again, so we're going to go south. Menher room, okay. Now, I've never knew what a menher was. A menher is a really, really big stone block. Okay, so apparently this was a quarry. Main large and limestone chunks lie helter-skelter. Some are rough-hewn and unworked, others are smooth and well finished. One side of the room appears to have been used to quarry building blocks, the other to produce menhirs, standing stones. Obviously, passages lead north and south. One particular large menhir, at least 20 feet tall and 8 feet thick, is leaning against the wall against a dark opening leaning southwest. On the side of this menhir is carved an ornate level letter F. Well, the fact that it's the Wizard of Frobos, I can see how F could be important. And by the way, the spell the wizard cast on me was Fumble, which begins with F. Now, I'm kind of focused on trying to get back to the to the well part, so I'm just going to go north. I'm going to go south. Nope, that's not the way back to the carousel room. Cobwebby corridor, as we go back southeast. Oh. Path near stream, nope. Menher room, nope. Marble Hall, nope. Menher room, nope. Nope. Okay, finally we got back to it. Okay, so hey, we're already here. So let's pour the water in the bucket. The bucket swiftly rises up and is gone. Man! Darn it! But we're an idiot. Okay, now, by the way, there are some adventure games that have the command undo. What undo does is it allows you to say, oh crap, I messed up. But I'm going to just restore it to my latest save. Okay. So maybe what I need to do is get in the bucket. Actually, what I'm going to do is I need to refill my drink. So I'm going to BRB. It's going to take maybe only about a minute. Okay, I'm back. So, before I get in the bucket, I want to have some fun. Okay? How many if you've heard the expression kick the bucket, a lot of people think, "Oh, kick the bucket." That means that you're about to die. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to see if this game recognizes that. Since I'm going to save it. If anytime you want to have some fun in an adventure game, always save. So we're going to kick bucket. If you insist, you have died. So we're going to restore. Okay, so we're going to get in the bucket. So now we're going to pour the water in the bucket. Okay, there is now a puddle in the bottom of the wooden bucket. The bucket rises and comes to a stop. Top of the well in the wooden bucket. You are at the top of the well. Well done. There are etchings on the side of the well. There's a small crack of floor, but it can be crossed easily. So we're going to examine the etchings. Off. So if you look at the etchings, it says Frobo's Magic Well Company. So apparently this is a magic well. So now I saved it under Moody 4. What the heck? Okay. So we're going to go east. Oh, great. Can't get there, no wooden bucket. So we need to get out. Tea room. A small room containing a large oblong table. No doubt set for afternoon tea. It is clear the objects on the table they used was indeed mad. In the eastern corner of the room is a small hole, no more than 4 inches high. There are passageways leading away to the west and the northwest. Sitting on the large oblong table is cake frosted with green letters, red letters, orange letters, and blue letters. So let's read the green. Eat me. Read the red. Read orange. Okay, so they all start with E. Okay. So we're gonna get all the cakes. Okay, I don't want the orange one. I do know something about the orange one. Okay, so we've got some cakes. We've got the blue, the red, and the green. Now, if you remember Alice in Wonderland, when she ate the cake that said "Eat me," she immediately got smaller. And they mentioned something about a hole 4 inches high. So let's eat the green. Post room. This is an enormous room in the center of which are 4 wooden posts delineating a rectangular area, which appears to be a wooden roof. In fact, all objects appear to be abnormally large. To the east is a passageway. There are large gaping chasms to the west and northwest. There's a cake frosted with orange letters here. Let's do read orange. Okay. There's a large room, one half of which is depressed. Salty water flows from a large leak in the ceiling. The only exit is to the west. A stoppered glass flask with a skull and crossbone marking is here. The flask is filled with some clear liquid. Well, apparently skull and crossbones is telling me something. Okay. Let's put the blue cake in the pool. I think we need to restore because I think we messed up. Because I think, so. Okay, so let's get the green, red, and blue. So we're going to eat the green. Okay, so we're going to put the red cake in the pool. So we're going to get the candy. Okay. So, okay. Okay, so now what we've done is we've gotten some candy. I'm not sure how the candy's going to help us, but we need some candy. It doesn't hurt to get some candy. So if we go back to the west, we're at the top of the well. So we're going to go northwest. So we are in I like how they call it this, very descriptive. It's like, it's a low room. There is a green piece of paper here. There is a robot here. Now, one thing to keep in mind is, so there's two commands. You can do examine or you can do read. The thing is, if you read it, it actually makes you pick it up. Hello, master. I am a late model robot trained at UTech to perform various simple household functions. To activate me, say the following: robot, comma, things to do, at thy service. Okay. Okay, so we're going to tell the robot to go east. Robot, east. Buzz, click. The robot leaves the room. There is a large room full of assorted heavy machinery. Okay, ad break, everyone. Okay, I'm back, everyone. Okay. Ooh. So we've got a robot. Uh, hmm. Okay. Now, you notice it says danger high voltage. That probably means that we should not be touching this. So we're going to have the robot do that. So let's have the robot press the round button. Whir, buzz, click. Nothing seems to happen. Robot. Press triangular button. Whir, buzz, clicked. A dull thump is heard in the distance. This may not be a bad thing. Okay, dingy closet. There's a dingy closet adjacent to a larger room to the north. Chiseled into a wall are these words: protected by Frobo's Magic Alarm Company. Hello, footpad! There doesn't seem to be any footpad here. However, there is a beautiful red crystal sphere here. Now let's save it. And let's get the sphere. As you reach for the sphere, a solid steel cage falls from the ceiling to entrap you. Oh, great! Despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a cage. Okay, so apparently this is not the way to go. Okay. So let's, okay. Okay, so what we're going to do is now we have a robot that can maybe help us. Okay, so we got a robot, maybe can help us. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna have the robot get the sphere. Robot as the robot reaches for the sphere, solid steel cage falls from the ceiling, trapping him. You can faintly hear his last words. Buzz, quick! A cloud of smoke rising from beneath the cage confirms your fears about the fate of your brave mechanical friend. The robot has died. Oh crap, the sphere is gone. Well, I don't think that's the solution either. Okay, so what I'm going to do is if it doesn't work for the robot, maybe I'm the one that needs to get it. Okay. So get sphere. Okay. So I get the sphere. Solid steel cage falls from the ceiling to entrap you. And then I tell the robot to move the cage. And apparently that now that I don't know what could happen, but let's at least, I think we've at least made some progress. Woohoo! We got the sphere. Okay. Okay, as you enter, your compass starts spinning wildly. Oh, crap. I think we want to go southeast. Back to the machine room. We want to get from the low room to back. Oh, so we wanted to get back to the tea room. Let's see what we've got. So we got the candy. We don't need the red cake anymore. So now we're gonna get in the thing. And now we're gonna fill the teapot. Okay. So we got let's also drop the teapot. We're doing inventory management. Now, let's look at our thing. You notice that there is no more mention of whirring. So what happened? See where we went up to, that was actually the control room for the carousel. The triangular button, when we get the dull thump, turned off the carousel. And so apparently something happened where we got a dented steel box. And so let's open the box. Open the box, reveals a fancy violin. Let's get the violin. Now you notice that our score went up because the violin is a treasure. Now one thing about this game I'm not a fan of is that oftentimes you drop a violin. Now, if I were to, let's say, drop a violin, be like, it would probably break. But here, you know, it would probably, you know what? Um, Now, that being said, it reminds me of the one puzzle in the original puzzle in, like, I forget. It was like the original adventure, where there was like a vase, VASE, and what you had to do is you actually had to drop the pillow first before you dropped the vase. So what happened is, you drop the pillow and then you drop the vase and say the vase is now resting on a pillow. Okay. Okay, so we have a red sphere and a lamp. So let's look in the red jury room. This is a small and rather dreary room, eerily illuminated by a red glow emanating from a crack in one wall. The light falls upon a dusty wooden table in the center of the room. On the south side of the room is a massive wooden door which has a small window barred with iron. A formidable bolt lock is set within the door frame. A keyhole lies within the lock. A rusty iron key is in place within the keyhole. Ooh. This is an interesting vision because so we have a massive wooden door, but apparently the massive wooden door has a key in the keyhole. But it's interesting that it's actually in the room. That's weird. Whew. Well, let's look for a massive wooden door. Okay. Okay, so let's say let's say that we're trying to attack the door from the opposite end. Okay, so we have a door from the opposite end. It's kind of like let's say say I have a key in my let's say I actually left the key on the inside of my house. But I want to try to somehow get the key outside. So what would I need? Candy goods, nope. Pearl necklace, nope. Square brick. String, maybe. So we'll get the string. Placemat, maybe. Letter opener, because I don't know if we can do this, but let's say we could somehow push something into the keyhole. So that would maybe loosen the key so it would fall in. And then maybe we can somehow get it out. So let's try these three things. Letter opener. Let's drop the sphere. Okay. So let's go north. Okay, Orch, north, blah, blah, blah. We run this way before Deep Ford. Okay, Legend Ravine. Let's continue. So let's go up. Tiny room. Ooh! We found our massive wooden door. Woohoo! So I think we're on to something. Okay. Okay, so now remember what I said? I said let's insert the key into the keyhole, keyhole, but first we need to put the mat under the door. Okay. Oh, we had a little lot happen here. Okay. There's a faint noise from behind the door and a small cloud of dust rises from behind it. So apparently our wizard came back again. So let's get the mat. So remember we put the opener in the keyhole. Mm-hmm. Okay, I don't think we need those anymore, so we're just going to hope that we don't. Okay, so now we're going to save it as Moody 7. Last thing, we're going to drop the string. Okay, so far I'd say we're progressing along decently. Maybe a good many moves, that more moves than I was hoping for, but still not too upset. Everything's going according to plan. Okay. Now, a couple ways we can go here. Okay, I'm gonna go the way of the. I think we need to take on the dragon, cause see, I don't think we can defeat the dragon because the dragon's powerful. But if maybe there was a way to get the dragon to follow us around some, maybe there's a place where the dragon's vulnerable. So we're going to go northwest. Now, the fact that the carousel's turned off, we can go northwest. Let's see, what do we have? Oh, and we'll just kill the dragon anyway. With your bare hands? I doubt the dragon even noticed. The dragon continues to watch you carefully. Now, if this is a fire-breathing dragon, let's take the dragon to a place of ice. The stone bridge. This is a middle room, but impressive stone bridge. The dragon follows you out of mingled curiosity and anger. Well, let's kill the dragon again. See, the thing is, where it's kind of like punching the dragon, we're like, oh yeah, everyone's kung fu fighting. Oh. And the dragon's like, what's going on? So the dragon's like, this guy's a nutcase, so. Oh crap. Phew. Oh great, the wizard put a spell on us, made us frozen solid. What a frickin' jerk. You're frozen solid. Might as well wait out. Wait, can't do much else. So the wizard the spell the wizard casts on us was freeze. So we're gonna do the same thing. Okay, so now we got back to the ice room. There's a large hall. As the dragon enters, he sees the reflection on the icy glacier at the western end. He becomes enraged. There's another dragon here behind that glass, he thinks. Dragons are smart, but sometimes naive. This was never seen ice before. He rears his full height to challenge this intruder into his territory. He roars a challenge. Roar! The intruder responds. Roar! The dragon takes a deep breath and out of his mouth pours a massive gout of flame. It washes over the ice, which melts rapidly, sending out torrents of water and a huge cloud of steam. You manage to clamber up to a small shelf, but the dragon is terrified. A huge splash goes down his throat. There is a muffled expression, and the dragon, puzzled expression on his face, dies. He is carried away by the water. When the flood recedes, you climb gingerly down. While no trace of the dragon can be found, the melting of the ice has revealed a passage west. Okay. Well, a couple ways we can go. What I'm going to do, okay, Dragon's Lair. You're in the Dragon's Lair where the rock walls are scarred by flame. A blackened doorway leads to the south. A rotten old wooden chest in the corner among the debris. A beautiful young woman wearing a dirty and bedraggled gown sits on a rock in the corner. Her hair is unkempt, and she is oblivious to your presence, almost in a trance. Well, first we're going to open the chest. The hinges are rusty. So you can probably open if you try again. They seem to be bunking around inside. All this rummaging has started the young woman. The princess, for she is obviously one, shakes herself awake. She then notices you for the first time. She smiles. Thank you for rescuing me from that horrid worm, she says. I must depart. My parents will be worried without me. With that, she arises, looking purposefully out of the lair. The princess walks south. She glances back at you as she goes. The princess, okay, so we caught up to the princess. Silently, a unicorn peeks out of the hedges. It notices the princess and seems captivated. It approaches her and bows its head as though curtsying to her. Round its neck is a red satin ribbon on which is strung a delicate gold key. The princess takes the ribbon and uses it to tie up her hair. She looks at you and says, smiling, hands you the key and a fresh rose which she plucks from the arbor. You may have such a use of such a thing, she says. It is the least I can do for one you rescued me from a fate I dare not contemplate. With that, She mounts the unicorn, side saddle of course, and rides off into the gloom. Okay, so we have a delicate gold key, a perfect rose. So we're going to drop the rose. We got our lamp. So we're going to exit the gazebo. And so we're going to go back into the carousel room. This is pretty much our base of operations. Darn, we pretty much have everything here. This is like Junk City Central. Okay. Dragon. Let's save it. I would like to save it. Woody 9. Welcome everyone. This was a pop-up stream. I'll be honest with you. I haven't streamed in a couple weeks because I've been under the weather and been getting ready for school. So I said I just need to at least do a pop-up stream. Keep my stream going. I'm hoping to do Fantasy on Wednesday of this week. Okay. So let's get candy, pearls. Okay. Let's get the violin. Okay. So now we've got some decent stuff. So we're going to go southwest. Cobwebby corridor. Guarded room. This room's cobwebby and misty, but tracks the dust, and that seems visitors recently. South end corridor exists. Oh, the lizard is sniffing at us. Let's see what we've got. I don't think the lizard wants the violin. Nah, I don't think the necklace. But let's see, give the candy to the lizard. I think the lizard's... The guardian greedily wolfs down the candy, including the package. It seemed to enjoy the grasshoppers particularly. Then he becomes quiet and his eyes close. Lizards are known to sleep a long time while digesting their meals. So now we can open the door. Crap, the door is locked. Let's see, please. This is the easy solution. So if we can unlock the door with a key, we'll be good. If not, then we're going to have to go back and get the iron key. Now, one thing I know about adventure games, that a lot of the keys tend to be unitaskers. The key turns and the bolt clicks. The door is unlocked. So now we're going to open the door. So we have the entry hall of the Wizard's Workshop. Dark corridors lead west and south from here. The corridors to the west seem slightly of incense or candle smoke. The workshop door is open. So now we're in the Wizard's domain. Wizard's Workroom. This room is the Wizard's Workroom. A hall continues east and west, and a larger room lies to the south. There are many shelves and racks on the wall, but the wizard workbench dominates the room. It's made of dark heavy wood bound with iron. Workbench is stained from many years of use and is deeply gouged as some huge claw animal was imprisoned on it. There are burn marks and even notes written in a crabbed hand. Many arcane items are scattered about the bench. Alchemists, morse and pedal, small knives of various sizes, odd scraps of vellum, wax candles, and more. So let's see if we can read. So let's read the notes. South. Oh, pentagram room. Okay, everyone. I'm just kind of being ready in case of sorry, because I know there's an ad break that was starting, but I'm like it didn't seem like it started. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to wait. I'm just going to continue with it. Okay. Okay. So. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to oh, ways I could go with this. So we got the dragon. So we're gonna explore the passage to the north to the okay south. Ooh, volcano bottom. The doors of a dormant volcano, high above light enters from the bottom. The only exit to the north. Wicker basket, an ornamental cloth, a drape over the side and firmly attached. A metal receptacle is fashioned. Wow. You know what? This looks like a hot air balloon. Ooh. So the newspaper and the matchbook actually going to come in handy. Because I think they can help us fly this balloon. Okay, but first we're going to put the ruby in the basket. Okay, the wizard appears floating nonchalantly in there beside you. He grins sideways at you. The wizard draws forth his wand and waves it in your direction. It begins to glow with a faint blue glow. The wizard almost inaudibly whispers a word beginning with F and disappears, chuckling nasty. Slowly, you and all your belongings flies into the air, stopping after about 5 feet. Oh! He probably cast a float spell. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the same trick I used before. I'm just going to pretend it's dark and wait it out. Because one thing in Zork, if you don't move, you know, Okay, so we're going to put the ruby in the basket. But one thing I do need. Okay, now I've played this game before, so maybe you're like, okay. So we're going to get the string. The brick. Matchbook. Newspaper. Okay. Okay. I think we're good. We're going to do Moody 91. Hope everyone's doing well. This is a pop-up stream. I'm John Moody. I'm just I'll be honest with you. I've had a bit of an exhausting last couple weeks. Been a bit under the weather. So I haven't streamed a lot, so I'm doing a simple stream. Just so I can just at least maintain a bit of a streaming schedule, but I've already got plans for next week, Wednesday and Friday. So, but I'm part of Moody Mystery. So let's see. So we're okay. Carousel room. So let's see. Okay. So what we have here is we have a hot air balloon. So there's a receptacle. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the newspaper in the receptacle. Because the newspaper can burn. Okay. So we're going to light a match. The match starts to burn. Light newspaper with match. Okay. Newspaper burns. Cloth bag inflates. So we've got the balloon going. Small label. Examine label. Robo's Magic Balloon Company. Hello, aviator! To land your balloon, say land. I like that. I like the seconds. Otherwise, you're on your own. It's like, okay, if you want to land a balloon, say land. Otherwise, hey, who cares? Okay. So we're going to just do Z. Wait. So we're 100 feet. Okay. So the small ledge we got is the rim of the volcano. The cloth bag is inflated. So let's land, okay? We better land on the west side. The blast is come to a stop. Really? Really, wizard? And that's why I'm not a fan of this game. It's like I did everything according to plan, and the wizard said, oh, the wizard happened to cast a fall. So I'm going to restore the game. Okay, so what we've done is now we've fastened the balloon to the hook. So we need to get out. And so we need to get the coin. Okay. So let's look at the books. Open the purple book. So we're going to get the stamp. Examine white book. Examine blue book. Okay. Stamp, Zork mid, matchbook, brick, black string. Okay. So we're going to get in. And we're going to untie the wire. And we're going to put the black string in the brick. I think you will find out what this brick really is. Okay, so we keep ascending. We're high above the floor of the volcano. The rim of the volcano looks very narrow, and you are near it. To the east is what appears to be a viewing ledge, too thin to land on. The cloth bag is inflated, and there's a newspaper burning in the receptacle. Braided wires dangling over the side of the basket. That helps us land. Well, no, that doesn't help us land. We land, but then we use the wire to tie it to like a hook, hopefully, so we don't, You know what I'm saying. We don't want to be like, oh yeah. Okay. Volcano near wide ledge. You're near the rim of the volcano. We're open to the sky. To the west, there's a place to land on the wide ledge. Cloth is inflated and there's newspaper burning. Braided got a wire. So we're going to land. We're going to tie the wire to the hook. We're going to get out. You're in a dusty old room which is featureless except for an exit on the north side. Embedded is a rusty box. Appears to be somewhat damaged since an oblong hole has been chipped on the front of it. Okay. So let's put the brick in the hole. Because I've tried before to like various techniques, but you really have to be forceful with this. So light match, light string with match. Okay, so we essentially blew up the box. So get crown and card. So let's get in. Let's close the receptacle because we're pretty high up. So we're going to untie the wire. Oh, okay, I can't spell today. Sheesh, Moody, you can't spell. Okay. Now, frequently asked questions. Somebody says, well, what happens if I just leave the receptacle open and I float out of the volcano? You're more than welcome to do that, but I'm going to just say it's not going to be good. Okay, so now we're essentially So now what we're doing is we have the balloon in deflation in lowering mode. Whoa! The ledge collapsed. What the hell? Let's read the card. Warning! This room was constructed over very weak rock strata. Detonation of explosives in this room is strictly prohibited. Frobo's Magic Cave Company, per Mark Agrippa, foreman. Uh-oh! Well, I guess we can't do that anymore. So were the balloons descending? Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our pentagram room. So we're going to drop the stamp, the coin, crown. We're going to drop the ruby. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 8 treasures here. So we're almost done. Now I'm a little bit worried because the point total does seem a little bit low. So I'm just wondering if there's something that I forgot to do. Or, something I'm like, wait a minute, I should have should have done so. Because I kind of know how the point total here. I know what I forgot to do. I know. I know what I forgot to do. Okay. There's a sandy floor here and your vision seems murky and blurred. The wall you're looking at is nicely dressed stone. Ah. Okay. So it may be that the last thing is in the aquarium area. Okay, so I'm going to have some fun. Okay, so we've got a sword. So let's break the aquarium with sword. The sword shatters the glass wall of the aquarium, impressive amount of salt water and wet sand. It also spills out in an extremely annoyed sea serpent who bites angrily at the sword and then at you. He's having difficulty breathing and holds you responsible. He manages to rend you from limb before he drowns in the air. Darn. Okay, well, maybe we were too close, so let's try throwing it. The short side of the glass, it also spills and extremely annoyed by. He is having difficulty breathing, and he seems to hold you responsible for his current problem. He tries to slither across the stone floor toward you. And I'll be honest with you, this was one of the toughest puzzles for me to crack. Not realizing that if I hit the aquarium, I'm die. If I throw it, I'm good. Because it's a distance thing. So I've gotten the clear sphere. So now I have the three spheres. So let's put the rigid sphere on the sapphire stand. No, on the ruby stand. Let's put the blue sphere on the sapphire stand. Let's put the clear sphere on the diamond stand. Done. As you place the clear sphere on the diamond stand, a low humming noise begins. You feel the hairs of the back of your neck begin to stand up. The three spheres begin to vibrate faster and faster as the noise becomes higher and higher pitch. 3 puffs of smoke, one red, one blue, one white, rise up from the empty stands. The spheres are gone. They're gone. But in the center of the triangle formed by the stands is now a black stand of obsidian in which rests a strange black sphere. So let's get the black sphere. Let's look in the black sphere. As you peer into the sphere, a strange vision takes shape. A huge and fearful gray face with yellow eyes. The face peers out you expectantly. Oh boy, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. Okay, so let's see, we got a black crystal sphere and a lamp providing light. I think we're good for a little bit, okay? So let's do like, where? Okay. Okay, so now we're in the fresco room. Path leads east-west through a room decorated with beautiful frescoes of someone. It's hard to tell who is doing this as parts of the frescoes have been blackened and cracked by intense heat. Those frickin' dragons. Okay. Ooh. Okay. That's the last thing I expected to see. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm in an adventure game and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna see a bank. This is the entrance to the Bank of Zork, the largest banking institution of the great underground empire. A partial account of its history and the lives of the 12 Flatheads. In the chapter on J. Pierpont Flathead, a more detailed history, albeit less descriptive, may be found in the Flathead's outrageous autobiography, I'm rich and you aren't. So there. It's equivalent to the South Park phrase that Cartman says, screw you guys, I'm going home. Most of the furniture has been ravaged by passing scavengers. All that remains are 2 signs at the northwest and northeast viewing corners which say, viewing rooms. Okay, the way out, ornate but tasteful, is to the east. Well, we're going to go northeast, okay? East Teller Room. You were in a small room which was used as a bank officer who retrieved safety deposit. They didn't retire. Safety deposit boxes for the customer. On the north side of the room is a sign which reads viewing room. On the east side of the room, above an open door, is a sign reading bank personnel only. Probably should go east. Safety depository. This is a large rectangular room. The blah blah will all have been carefully removed by evil persons. To the east, west, and south of the room are large doorways. The northern wall of the room is a shimmering curtain of light. In the center of the room is a large stone cube about 10 feet on the side. Engraved on the side of the cube is some lettering. On the ground is a small worn piece of paper. So let's examine the paper. Paper is better. You're going to make valuables are completely safe. Advanced magic technology. Possible to take valuables. Either tellers. Many customers faint. Teller pops in. Seems to walk through wall. Okay. That last statement is a key because apparently the tellers can walk through walls. South. Portrait of Jeer Pierpont Flathead. Get. And notice that our score went up by 20 points because apparently that's a treasure. Okay. Rated Q, Bank of Zork, Vault. 277 GUE, Froball's Magic Vault Company. An alarm brings briefly, and an invisible force bars your way. Apparently what we're trying to do, that the machine thinks that we're trying to take something out of the bank that we should not be taking. And that's not good. So we need to find a way. How can we get the portrait out of the way? Well, there is a curtain of light there. So we're going to save it. We're going to save Moody 93. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to enter the curtain. This is a small bare room with no distinguishing features. There's no exits from this room. Well, remember that we said walk through walls. So let's try to enter the north wall. Let's try to enter the west wall. Try to enter the south wall. Ooh, cool. So somehow we were able to enter the south wall. Excellent. So we got out somehow, but what did we accomplish? We frickin' accomplished nothing. It's like, okay, we went through the curtain of light, we went into some room. Okay, and I'm going to let you know a secret. Ad break is going to be soon. So I'm going to BRB. I've been getting a few false statements about ad breaks, but I'm just going to say, okay. Okay, I'm back. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the curtain again. Oh, 200 Zork Zach Storkman bills. Let's get the bills. Okay, now. Crap, there's no doors. So let's enter the west wall. Let's enter the south wall. Let's enter the east wall. Let's enter the north wall. Oh, cool. We got back into the safety depository again. Now, I'm going to let you a secret. So let's drop all but the lamp. Okay, West Teller's room. So what I did is I actually left the bank and came back in. Now, when you do that, remember the first time I went into the bank, it actually kicked me back into the West Teller's room where I can exit. So I'm going to try the same thing. East Viewing Room. This room was used by to view their contents. On the north side of the room, a sign which says, "Remain here while the teller retrieves your safe deposit box. When you are finished, leave the box and exit to the south. Safe deposit boxes cannot be removed from this room. Thank you for banking at the Zork." Guess what? We're just going to go south. Voila. So now all we need to do is just go through, go back through the wizard room and drop bills, portrait, and we'll just do bills and portrait. Okay, so let's see. Portrait, bills, ruby, crown, coin, stamp, statuette, gold key, pearls, violin. Okay, so there's 10 treasures. So we're going to save it. We're going to save it as Moody 94. Okay. And by the way, if you like what I do, feel free to follow. I tend to do a lot of retro gaming, especially RPG gaming. I'm right now working on Fantasy. Okay. So we're going to put the sphere in the pentagram. A cold wind blows outward from the sphere. The candles flicker and a low moan, almost inaudible, is heard. It rises in volume and pitch until it becomes a high-pitched keening. A dim shape becomes visible in the air above the sphere. The shape resolves into a large and somewhat formidable-looking demon. He looks around, tests the walls of the pentagram experimentally, then sees you. A new master, says under his breath. Greetings, O master. Wouldst desire service, as our contract stateth? For some pittances of wealth, some trifle, I will gratify the desires to utmost limits of my powers, and they are not inconsiderable. He makes a pass with his massive arms, and the walls begin to shake a little. Another pass, and the shaking stops. A nice effect. I find it makes for a better relationship to give such a demonstration early on. He grins vilely. I'm going to drop the lamp, okay? So, I think this demon wants my treasures. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start getting the treasures. So we're going to get the stamp, the gold key, the dragon, pearls, and ruby. So we're going to give all to the demon. Ruby. Most fine, master, but 'tis not enough. I'll do great service. And are not great services bought at a great price? Pearl necklace. Very nice, but not enough. Golden. Ah, truly magnificent. Keep 'em coming. Delicate gold key. Almost halfway there, O worthy one. Flathead stamp. Oh, such beauty! Your generosity almost overwhelms me. Suddenly the wizard materializes in the room. He is astonished what he sees. His servant in deep conversation with a calm adventurer. He draws forth his wand, waves it frenetically, and says, again, Raboid! Raboozle! Raboid! The demon laughs heartily. You no longer control the black crystal hedge, wizard. Your wand is powerless. Your doom is sealed. The demon turns to you expectantly. Okay. So I think we've got everything. Truly, I shall do thee a wonderful service when thou hast finished. Priceless Zorkman. Truly, you are most generous, but still this is yet not enough. Crown. A fine gift, mighty one, you have almost reached my fee. The wizard looks at you as if you were a madman. He tears his beard and stares at you fearfully. Stack of more Zorkman bills. Wondrous fine, master, but one treasure yet to be given. Portrait. This will be my fee. 'Tis a paltry hoard, but if you done me a small service by loosing me from this wizard, it will suffice. Okay. So now I am in control of the demon. There's a couple things I can do. If I wanted to, I could just kill the wizard. But you know what I'm going to do? I just want the wizard's wand. So demon, give me the wand. I hear and obey, says the demon. He stretches out an enormous hand towards the wand. The wizard is unsure what to do, pointing it at threateningly at the demon, then at you. Fudge! He cries. But aside from a strong odor of chocolate in the air, there is no effect. The demon plucks the wand out of his hand. It's about toothpick size to him, and gingerly lays it before you. He fades into the smoke, which disappears. The wizard runs from the room in terror. Okay, so I need both the wand and the lamp. Okay. Now, you may be wondering, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? I'm like, okay, I need, and notice that the wizard, when the wizard casts spells, those spells begin with the letter F. So if I'm going to use the wand for something, I need to cast a spell beginning with the letter F. And this is the Menher room. So it says blocking a dark opening leading southwest. Okay, so, and what word begins with F? So we have the command float. Sorry. So point one at Menher. I like how it says the passage beneath it beckons invitingly. Okay, so get collar. Okay. So a marble staircase leads down into the gloom and a passage leads north. Okay. So we have oddly angled walls. Okay, now. So the club is Babe Flathead. So essentially what this is this is a baseball diamond. And probably we're at home plate. So northeast. Okay, so northeast. So northwest. Oh crap. So let's see, maybe it's southeast. So southeast, northeast. So it's dark. Let's do southeast, north. Okay, so southeast, northeast. Southeast, northeast, northwest, southwest. Oh, strange. Okay, it took us a while to run the bases. Okay, so we were doing, and I'm sorry I didn't talk about these oddly angled rooms, but Cerebrus Room. It's the entrance to a huge tomb or crypt. A marble stairway leads up from the gateway arch. There's a vicious looking dog guarding the entrance. It's more or less a normal dog, except that it's three heads and the size of an elephant. Well, if we remember, we got a collar. Collar on dog. The creature whines happily, then the center head licks your face, which is roughly like experiencing a sandpaper washcloth. The other two heads look about as though the monster felt sudden need to find a pair of slippers. Its two tails wags enthusiastically, knocking small rocks around and almost blowing you from the breeze it creates. Crypt anteroom. The anteroom is large and empty. Marble has related bullets during life. The exit is in the west. A huge marble door stands at the south. The door is closed. Above the door is the inscription. Feel free. So we're going to open the door. I'm going to save this one last time because I think we're pretty darn. The room contains the earthly remains of the mighty flatheads, 12 somewhat flat mount. While the room may be expected to contain funerary urns or other evidence of the ritual practices of the ancient Zorkers, it's empty of all such objects. There's writing carved on the script. The only apparent exit is to the north. To the anteroom. The door is open. So what you do is you actually turn off the lamp. It's dark, but on the south wall is a faint outline of a rectangle, as though light were shining around a doorway. You can also make a faint glowing letter in the center of the area. It might be an F. Okay, I'm going to restore this because I want this. Okay, I just want to do something. Okay, so before don't stop. I'm gonna slow this down so far it's not even funny. Okay, I just want to do this one more time because Okay, landing. Beyond the door is a rough human. Okay, so we have solved Zork 2. Now, as I said, I will not be streaming on Monday because I'll be working hard. But I just want to say I just want to thank everyone for watching me and supporting me tonight. Usually I like to see who's out there. See if we can raid anyone, but ooh, I actually have a cool person I want to raid. I'm gonna raid Galaraga Dragon. Galaraga Dragon's doing a lot of arts and crafts, but they also do a lot of uh, cool stuff. So I'm just gonna raid them. Why not? And I hope the person Galaraga Dragon. I hope they at least appreciate the raid. Mm-hmm. So thank you everyone. Y'all have a great